Clash of Clans Podcast, episode 85. And we're back with the Clash of Clans and the fans and the stands. I'm your pal, Scotty and Boneyard. I'm here with my pal, Scotty.
Hey, I thought you maybe had something like to say.
I just took a pause there. I forgot how to start.
Yeah.
We're here at ClashClansPodcast.com talking all things Clash of Clans here in the WBSMT radio studios. Talking all things Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
What's it crapping in?
XP.
Clan XP.
Double XP.
Double XP. Non-stop wars since it started.
I'm exhausted.
Hopefully everybody got their last war in today, or actually we're starting yesterday. Well, today's Thursday, and it's the maintenance break is supposed to happen, and everybody who started a war before the break gets double XP after, when it's done. Yeah. Which is pretty cool.
Well,
Where's my one gem boost already?
Yeah,
that's the question.
Well, I think that's going to be the new one gem boost is the double XP. I mean, it's for a special occasion. It's just like it's cheaper for them, and then you are also spending a lot more money or spending a lot more time trying to get that XP. Maybe more willing to, but
put the gems in. I don't know. It's a good thing. Hey, 1 year. What was it? The year anniversary since the wars? Is that what it was?
It's year anniversary on the 15th. From the war, so it was like the week, double XP. We went back to back to back, and I'm exhausted.
Everybody did, yeah,
because the button push isn't, is like now. I think it was like 1 something last night.
Sure.
So I was up and kind of waiting for it to get matched, and then I'd restart it. And we ended up. Xace came into the wars because we needed another spot in there.
Mm-hmm.
And our, the matchups have been tough. We just lost one last night, but I think part of it is, it's interesting to see the difference in schedule. Like if when people can attack and how that changes.
Well, once that button gets late and war starts after 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, people aren't around or they want to be around.
Yeah.
And it's tough. And so elders like, okay, we all want to be around to help the people that are on.
Yeah. And
we're lucky enough to have some UK and Australia. True. So it's kind of around the clock a little bit. But yeah, when it gets late, that's why resetting on Sunday is so perfect. We started pushing the button a little bit earlier on Sundays, so that Thursday war, because we're doing 3.
Yeah, so it's not so late.
Yeah,
yeah, because you add like probably an hour or half hour. At the best case, it matches right away. But we've had to push the button. Yeah,
never.
So I'm excited for it to be done. We hit clan level 4 this week. That's kind of big news.
Word.
We had 2 wars ago. We had 410.
So you guys were using the double XP to bump you up into
to 4.
To 4.
Yeah, because we had done 2 weekend wars that were 15 like previously. So I think we were down a little bit, and we weren't really looking at it in terms of XP so much. Like it was like we just got in with war. Some people are opting out. We'll do a smaller one, but not really thinking that much about the
max XP you can get.
Yeah,
we did,
and we like that, in a sense, because I think it's also to help play with our matchups and figure out why we're getting matched against these bases, And so it was like, well, if we just do 15, we can kind of see how the matchup goes. If something changes, because if like a 10 is out. Is that going to radically shift who we're going to get? Because then at that point, then we can make more decisions like bring in or
you got to think about how you match up. You take all those numbers, what you do the matchup. We did it with SOAS. Other people are doing it with other people. That's a thing. People can do it. It takes a while, but it works. You take all those numbers and match them up. Now, when we did it, we tried to match up the same amount of town halls and this and that. But it's the same thing with the other clans. Think about how many other clans there are.
Yeah.
There's thousands of other clans, right? And many of them have a bunch of town hall 10s. Many,
right.
Those numbers add up in so many different ways that you can't really,
No, but I mean, why are we?
It
was more of like, why are we getting these really tough matchups?
You got a lot of defenses.
Yes, but also if you look at our bases compared to the other bases, of course, and the heroes are higher, but it just seems like, and they're maxed out at the top, and only one person in our clan is maxed out. I mean, his walls aren't. Tease gets his walls.
So you guys have like 10 Town Hall 10s, and you get matched up with how many Town Hall 10s? If some
same, we'll get the same number.
And the top ones are maxed out. What do the bottom Town Hall 10s look like?
It's usually right exactly the same
as your bottoms.
Yep. So I mean, here's like number 1, max heroes, maxed out base on this one, this war, and it's like, why are we up against?
I'd send Funky or Eggley up against that war. Probably we should have a fun time too.
Well, yeah, no, but this is the thing that we all like. Us thing? Town Hall 10s are attacking all the time.
Yeah, that sucks.
So it's not like, this on number 1. I mean, you could do something on that.
He's got an air defense, but they're all maxed air defenses, but one's way out on the end.
So you're really playing
on the
layout
side
strategy.
Where the queen is.
But the problem is that our heroes aren't nearly as high. So
yeah. I don't know how you go in and kill a queen, with a golem and everything when she's a level 40.
Well, it works.
What's that gonna do?
But it takes extra troops. I don't know. And so I wanted to play with, or we've played with, I guess, if we take out a couple of these people, are we going to get an unreasonable matchup? Or is it going to be all of a sudden like, oh, that's the magic formula? Like if we had 2 less this. I mean, we haven't played around with it much, but the 15 wars in principle, we're like, okay, let's just see what happens. And one was TH10 or was going to be TH8.
Kind of been thinking, and it was, somebody mentioned it. You bring in some lower Town Hall 10s, and they can try for 2 on the higher Town Hall 10s, while you try for the 3 on the lower Town Hall 10s that they attract, so that new Town Hall 10s that you can go over and get them. Just
really makes me realize how important the heroes are, because and I knew that, but
I would hope so. I'm pretty sure we talked about it several times over the past month or two.
But these bases, you go in and you really see how powerful max heroes are consistently. Like, you might go up against, or somebody might hit you with similar king and queen.
So how much is it? How much you got on you? How much is it to get that queen all the way up there? Like $1,000?
Oh my God, I wouldn't.
Where are your heroes at?
19.
That's pretty good. Queen?
I am sitting at 93k Dark Elixir, so I'm about to go to 20.
On who, the Queen?
Queen.
Nice.
And I was really disheartened this
How much is it for the 20?
100k Dark Elixir.
What?
And my King's at 15.
Sure.
I almost this week, because I was having a hard time, I had practiced a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to get to the Queen faster, and I just wasn't doing it. So I was sitting at like 70k, and I'm like, God, is this going to take me a while to get up to the 100k? And then I go, maybe I should just start my King, because and so I asked, I was like, because I think we were just in a war where it was like the heroes just couldn't cut it against these other heroes, and you're like, God, is it better to just do the cheapest thing and constantly keep it going, or is it better to go up and then?
No, you got to do it by 5s. If you can't, I would be mad if you left your Queen at 19. And then put your King to 16. That would be such a boner move. You got to get the Queen up. There's no question about it. No matter how much dark, you can't just leave her there.
I guess
almost at the next level. I mean, she gets a big, huge chunk of heal and is invisible forever. A bunch of more archers.
Yeah. Well, I guess it just was like, should this be immediate, or can I protect against the Dark Elixir? And so I can, because I've got my TH out. And so I wasn't losing it in attacks. Sure. So I was like, you know what? If that's the case, or when that becomes the case, when it's going to be like 150k Dark Elixir, I'd imagine you'd have to play quite a different game, at that point.
Well, you're going to have to like grind it out the whole way so you don't lose it, and hope for that shield. You're going to, maybe put your a piece of gold out by the and all of your traps and everything over there, like really.
So it's going to be
really dig up your town hall so people go for it and then lose. I don't know. It seems like so they don't go.
Yeah,
for
you
the
just want them to not attack you. It's basically
people see that and you get the 5 lightning zaps. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Well, and I now have been just attacking with quad loon bases with at least 3k Dark Elixir. I'm like, and I'll search for a while now, kind of like trophy pushing, where it's like. I'm not hitting that. I'll hit it no matter what. I've got enough gold. I've got enough elixir.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can't for certain get that Dark Elixir, even if I could get some of it, if I can't do it, go on to the next one.
Yeah, it's easier.
And I've stopped and I've watched and I'm going, and I go, they could just go this way, and then 10, I'm down 2K
8
dark
7
elixir.
6, all right, next.
Yep.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't feel that great about it.
A big 3 pops up, you're like, okay, I don't got it.
So if I completely lose, then I'm out 2K dark elixir.
Mm-hmm.
And that is hard when you're
you got to be going
1,000.
for something with you can't use any dark elixir troops really when you're going for dark elixir.
No, I use quad dogs. But the thing is I only hit where I'm going to clear 1,000 dark elixir on each attack.
That seems wasteful.
Well, no, because when I was hogging, I could maybe hit.
What about dragons?
I'm not spending a 400k army just to get
3k dark elixir.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, really, it's I would be burning through elixir fast. And
you said you got it to spend.
I could do it with my giant Velk healer, and I've done that before, and made pretty good loot. But it only gets, with the way I use that attack, I only get a sliver of the base. It's a blunt force object right to the dark elixir. That's all I care about. And I rarely can collect all the other. And
you get like 40, 60%?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
You want the bonus, so you're hoping for 50.
Yeah.
If the town hall is near the dark elixir, you're like, I'd probably get them both.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it, is getting that bonus when you're up there.
Yeah, you count on it. Yeah. It's part of your makeup.
Masters won $100,000. That's
so you got to spend money to make money, I think. Mm-hmm. And if I can walk away with that dark, it's nice. So I have enough in my war castle right now to put me over the top, but we're about to start a war, or we're in prep day right now, and if I'll wait until I can
do your attacks,
do my darks first.
Yeah, do your attacks and start her up. That's another thing about coming off the Zod Soaz war and then going into the double XP. Nobody's had time to do any of that stuff. I got to keep them all up.
Yeah,
I got 70 dark right now and 74, and both my royals are at 15. So I could start. Well, I could start the king, and I think I can start the queen with 6 more.
Okay,
and I'm probably going to go the queen because I'm going to do the route to get her to 20.
Yeah. I
put her down for a while and get her to 20.
I'm just looking forward to going for my king when I can actually 70k. Oh, that's nothing now. Now it's like, I'll hit that probably by the time.
Here's a question: which one do you think is better? I know they're better for different things, but overall,
right now, its purpose in war.
Yeah.
Well, the queen, because you can rely on her. Well,
I agree.
You can rely on her until there's a wall, or it's getting to that critical moment.
Yeah, oh my God, I saw that
the worst possible time that a queen can do something stupid, she does.
Randall, there was a jump. He went in with the queen kill with the golem and the jump, and the gang went in and killed everything. And she stood out on the end and was shooting the corner square, and there was a jump spell not 3 squares away from her glowing.
Yeah.
And she just standing there, boop, boop, boop. The whole time everybody else went, she was down there when everybody was fighting. And they all made their way, and she just stood there, boop, 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 boop.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
and you see it, turn at the wrong possible moment.
Yeah.
You can count on her to...
The AI is weird on them sometimes. Yeah, Brock was pissing about it because this king just fucking turned and went around the outside, and it was like...
She's clinched the TH for me a lot of times. But the king has been really nice because doing that kill the queen move, which is really pretty good, to do. If you
gotta, go in with the loons and the dogs and
a powerful king right there. If that's a style, that I'm going to be using from now on, that might be a good idea to.
For you, it's get your queen to 20 and then get your king to 20.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
And I kind of wonder in some ways if they won't change the queen AI.
I hope so. I mean, what the hell?
So, and my other answer to that question then is, I think the queen will be the most powerful.
They're good for different things, and the king does his job, and he can walk around. He can do cleanup. He can go in and be muscle with a bunch of barbs, that kind of thing.
Right. And maybe down the road, if the queen targeted something else, or she, gravitated so she could be steered a little bit better. I mean, it's not too hard to steer, but those moments, where she just does something dumb, if they could fix those.
They got to fix the AI of when anything's happening, there's a jump spell, there's another hole in the wall, that people will stop chopping a fucking wall and turn. If a golem's trying to get into a compartment because there's a wizard tower there, and that wizard tower fucking is destroyed, and that golem just they keep hitting the wall until they get through, then they turn around. Get off of this thing. Turn your head around. Look over there.
Hey, jump spell.
Hey, we're all coming in through, like the commercial. Hey, we're all coming in through this hole, and the guy's just standing there beating the fucking wall with his sword.
Oh my God, it's horrible. I would like to see her target something though. Like if she had a preferred target, you could guard your base a little bit differently than we have been. Cool. That would be awesome.
Yeah, she goes in for him.
If that was her favorite target, that would pull her in a certain way.
Oh my God, she'd pull her right into the middle like that?
Yeah,
but
that would be nice.
I mean, she'd go through them walls, but...
But even if it was something different that... Because I'm thinking about, in terms of defense, where would you put your queen?
She goes for cannons.
Or where would you put your infernos if it was...
Right in the middle.
Yeah, but if the queen targeted it?
Yeah, you put a bunch of shit right in front of it.
But...
that hits the queen as she comes in, because she's I mean that's a simple one. You just leave them in the middle where they are.
Yeah, but if she's attracted to it, yeah, I don't know. I obviously there's like ideas to be.
It's like a goblin
worked out before I implement this at Supercell.
It's like a goblin going for gold while the defenses are hitting it, or a balloon going for a defense while their defenses
right.
It's not gonna when troops are hitting it. She's just gonna walk in and try to get that thing, and everything else is gonna be bombing her. So you got.
And you'd probably see a lot of single target infernos.
Yeah. I've seen my queen get hit by those a couple times. You're like, all right, she's shooting at it, or she's got a couple more things, and it goes, oh, it's green, a little less green. Oh, now it's yellow, red done. 4 seconds.
I didn't even get to hit the
doubles, and you're like, she's one more shot.
It's fun to watch those beams too, like just get stronger and stronger, and you're like, it's going.
What do you have? You're set on single or double, or single or multi?
I have them on multi.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I've had it on the single before when I had a different base. So it just doesn't quite work with my base to put on single, but depending on what you're getting hit with, like I was getting hit with a lot of go wipes.
Yeah, get that thing on some golems and burn them out.
Yeah. And they spun around the outside because I had defenses around the outside, and as it would go along, I would get the heroes a lot of times with that single inferno because they went the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Trap.
What else you
got? No, nothing, I don't think.
We could talk about player ones. Travels and global. You went walkabout?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you went walkabout in the clans, and then hit global up. And so we touched on this briefly. First, I went up over to L, got in a war with them, got them 3 stars on a Town Hall. Player 1, Town Hall 8, max drags. That's my only attack I have.
You went on 9.
And I went out against the bottom Town Hall 9, because there was only two other Town Hall 8s. And so I went in there, got 3 stars. It was pretty sick.
So this is your mini.
Yeah.
Okay.
Player 1. Got 3 stars in their bottom Town Hall 9. Then later I tried to get something, and then I got 0 stars on something
you went
up high.
Yeah, because there was nothing left.
It was like the last one to need a star, and I just...
And I think there was like 3 Town Hall 8s in that one?
Maybe there was 2.
2.
And I was the second highest in your clan, so I went 1 above me to their first Town Hall 9.
That was a good attack, though.
It was a baby Town Hall 9, but it did have the extra air defense. So I got 3 stars for you guys.
Yeah, that was a good attack too.
I dug it. It was pretty standard dragon attack, and I nailed it. Then I went over to the Phantom Zone.
That's awesome if your TH8, your baby, can put 3 stars above at a Town Hall level above.
Yeah. Well, in their baby, it was the bottom one. I mean, it was, 8.5, something like that. People say. So
that could influence a lot
Phantom
of the wars.
Zone, and I got 3 stars. Now, Now it says I got 3 stars on a town. I did some notes here. I got 3 stars on a Town Hall 9, but I don't remember it being 9s. I don't remember the attacks. So they might have been 8s, but I don't know.
Oh, so you went up on the other war?
Yeah, I don't. It says Town Hall 9, so maybe that's what it was because I wrote it down right after the thing. So I 3-starred Town Hall 9, and then I 2-starred Town Hall 9, and the second. I didn't have a king for the second one.
You're hearing directly from Boneyard's diary.
My
Dear diary.
iPad notes, yeah.
Dear diary. Today
in Clash of Clans.
3-starred.
And then I didn't have a king for that. He was upgrading. And then I went over to Ken Farnwell and fucking fucked it all up. I got 2 stars in a Town Hall 8 because I double dropped the rage. The first raid. Oh, I was so mad. I got the 2 stars, and it probably would have been 3 because the drags were heading into the middle, and that third rage was supposed to go down right in the middle.
I 1-starred at TH9.
And then my second attack, I 1-starred at Town Hall 8. Totally bonered it. Just fucked it all up. It was embarrassing. I was over in Ken Farm. I was like, that's just embarrassing. I'm sorry.
I think I was number 3 or number 4 in that war, but I hit number 18 and got 1 star.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. You know, you're like, I
switch up those spells, to go down lower,
and it just didn't. Things didn't go right.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. I was pissed.
I wanted to go over to the Project Cadmus, but they are still on their win streak of 21 wins in a row right now. I think.
Yeah.
So fucking awesome.
And they don't need the crazy Uncle Boneyard on the.
Well,
in the clan,
here's the thing. Right when I was going to go over there, it was when they were going to beat. It was when they were going to tie us.
Don't listen to crazy Uncle Boneyard, kids.
Yeah,
we're going to win this.
I went over there. I went over there. I was like, okay, you guys are in the war that you are going to tie us for 11 wins in a row. That's what our record. Or no, 15 wins in a row. That's what our record was. And so I went over there, and it was their 15th. War in a row, and I'm like, I wasn't in it, and I was like, hey, I'm coming over to see how it's going, and they were battling tough and doing their thing, and it was awesome. And there's one of my co-leaders, second account in there getting 6 stars for him. I'm like, what are you doing down here? Yeah. And then he's like, I've been over here. And I'm like, that's all.
How dare you?
What are you doing?
How dare you, sir?
Yeah. And so I said, okay. He's like, what do you think? On this, and I'm like, well, let's talk about it. And I'm kind of like, yeah. And he's like, so I'm good to go. I'm like, yeah, you're good to go. Like I totally was in there and was a leader of some kind. Like we just talked it out and 3-starred, boom, perfect.
Nice.
Like you're like, all right, good job. I'm like, all right, well, but
are you cheating on Zod?
Well, they're everybody's all over the place all the time. And then I found out another guy's second was over there in that war and got 5 stars or something like that. Nice. And I'm like, all right, well, good job. But Cadmus tied us.
I will see you at home.
They didn't win that war, and then they went on to beat us for 16 in a row, but now they're at 21 in a row, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
And so hopefully they're when they come up against the modders, they'll be pissed because that's how streaks are broken.
I was thinking, this is what I forgot to write down as we're tangenting here just quickly. Is it ever quick? Damn, I lost it again.
Come on, man.
Damn. I have to tell you this.
Hold it together, Scotty.
I put a pig dog in my CC.
Yeah, how'd it work?
It was awesome. I ate an attack on a with higher heroes, and it was like the wizards saw that inbound pig dog coming, and you could just sense the person on the other end going, "Oh shit!"
No, it's not. Oh shit! It's like, what the?
Is that an eclipse? No, it's the pig dog.
Like, what do I do with that thing? You just leave it alone. That's the trick.
You can't if you've tailored your attack to like come in and like go wee or and they're luring a little bit. But if you are expecting something completely different, like that,
what you do is if you can,
it was like the wizards just shit themselves. And kept hitting at him, and I put, I think, a Velk in there, too. No, I couldn't put a Velk. I put a wizard and an archer, and so that lasted for a while. But, I mean, they came back and 2-starred me after that. Those high heroes can't fight against them sometimes. And then the second person did better. But I'm like, if I can confuse that one person for one attack.
Well, it soaks up an attack. Yeah.
And fine, after that, just do whatever, but
we're starting to I think right now we have 2, but we've been talking about it. We're going to start leaning away from that because it is a trick, but people are going to figure it out soon enough.
What, the pig dog and the
Yeah.
CC?
Yeah.
Right, and they're going to
You know
know.
how you deal with it? You try not to touch it.
Yeah, but these guys, when they come in,
Especially if you're doing a go, you try to get it stuck on the golem. And then it just will spend the whole battle just pissing on that golem for nothing.
but
That's
when
what
you
do.
drop a queen, or if you're using anything other than ground, the second attack is fine. Yeah, my pig dog's in there, dispatch of him. I don't care. But to not get a 1-star even on your, and I'm a TH10, to not get 1 star,
your troops will get stuck shooting at him.
Yeah,
And not doing what they're supposed to be doing by going in. They'll just stand there like an idiot shooting at that thing forever. And then once they kill it, then the rain of fire starts and everybody dies.
and so fine. You know what? If they fall for it once, I'm happy because it's usually attack.
Or they fall for it 4 times. And
That would be awesome.
Keep sending in hogs 3 times in a row and don't kill the queen. Yeah, that happened once. Proc. Hey-o.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I was so excited watching it too. I was like, oh, here comes the pig dog. What's going to happen?
Oh my god! We're like, oh, pig's like, oh, let's see how he does. Like,
there's a pause in the game.
Oh, what's he doing? Oh, no, he didn't get to the queen. Yeah, he lured that hound out there. And then the second one was, oh, hogs again. Well, he's got to take care of the queen this time. No, didn't do it. Third time was like, oh, hogs again. Well, he's not going to get the queen. This is going to be hilarious. Same thing, 47% like every time.
Oh man,
it's good stuff.
Good viewing for sure.
Player 1. Then after fucking it up in Kent, went on Walkabout in Global. Now, I'm not going to talk too long about Global. Actually, I got a
Player
whole thing.
One's Adventures in Global.
So I just kind of got on there like, hey, does anybody need a player? And you immediately get 300 invites, like it just lights up. And I'm just picking them at random. And the first one, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this for a couple hours and just I'm going to go promote the podcast, see if anybody needs any help, and maybe talk a little shit.
Mingling with the commoners.
Basically. Duff.
I walked amongst you.
The first clan I was in was called Duff Duff Chike. And a little Australian kid was his name was Casper. And he was the leader. And Tim Tom wanted to be leader. And they must have known each other. They're all in school, and they were having a sleepover at some point. And I just stayed out of the chat because they weren't on for hours. I got them 6 stars. They're all grade school Aussies, right? But like the wizards, somebody just wrote wizards on their request, and I just was like, well, all I got is archers, and I just like because it was 14 hours old, and it was only like 5 spots down. Immediately, hey, I wanted wizards. And I'm like, sorry, dude, I'm just giving you anything because that was 14 hours ago. He's like, where can you see that? I'm like, well, right underneath it. Oh, yeah, I guess so. All right. None of these kids know how this game works at all.
Lesson 1, take in a clan castle full of troops. Well, he's probably raiding all day going.
And I'm just doing, I'm talking to them, hey, I'm from the podcast, and they're like, oh, that's cool. Maybe we'll listen. And I didn't do much because they're little kids.
But please don't.
And I'm like, okay, and I'm trying to help them. They're asking about their bases a little bit, and I'm like, I filled the entire CC with dragons and wizards that I had because I'm a town hall 8 and I'm the only town hall. I'm like the highest guy. I'm always like
you're
second.
Like a cool senior.
Well, I'm like second on the list. Oh, the top guy doesn't have any good troops either. So I'm filling everything. Oh, thanks. A couple of these guys didn't even know what CC troops were. We'll get to that one.
My friend
Duff Chike. So Tim Tom and Casper, and it was hey Casper. Somebody else said, hey Casper, you should make Tim Tom the leader. And then I got a message from them in my inbox. Hey, this is Tim Tom. I think I should be leader. I'm on more, and I'm better than you. You're good, but I'm better. And that was it. And I'm like, okay, well these guys are going for vying for leader of this stupid clan.
It
was 10 people, by the way. In this war.
I suppose it's hard to get people
if coming off global, yeah. So for
they
the
were
war,
on
I said
global.
For the war, I said I need in my war request. I was like, I need loons from, and I named the 2 people that had.
Oh, you were there for a whole war.
Yeah, I went into war with everybody. I'm like, I'm going to go for a war.
I thought you were just there for that evening.
No, that's what the whole Player 1 and global was. I was going to war with people and.
Okay, I thought you were just
be awesome, right? Because I'm, I know what I'm doing and I can help people out and shit. So Loons and I named 2 people because they were the only 2 people that had like level 5. They weren't max, but they were level 5 Loons. So I was like, I don't want balloons from anybody but those 2 players.
Yeah.
What are loons? Loons equals balloons, dude. Okay. I'll make those for you right now. And then it was...
Too bad you weren't espionaging, because you could be, like, in those clans, you'd be like, oh, yeah, the healer.
Just being a dick, yeah, right.
But that's cool, though.
And then so I was like, we won. I got them 6 stars, and I got out of there. Top 2 Town Hall 8s. I got, and I never went for anything but the top 2, because I'm getting the loot.
That's how it's done, people.
Yeah. And
I'm out.
And then I went to a clan called Dark Pekkas, and it was
Are these like clan level 1s?
Yeah, these guys were clan level 1, and they had 6 clan XP.
Holy shit!
How do you do that? I was like, I don't know if one person attacked, and they'd been warring for a little while. There's a couple losses under their belts.
Well, there have to be.
Well, yeah, all losses under their belts. But, like, somebody attacked the top guy, and that's it?
3. How many XP do you have? 3.
6. And Race Car was their leader, and I stuck around there for a little while.
Obviously a great warrior.
I got. Oh no! You know what? I didn't war with these guys. I was coming off the Duff Chike war, right? But I talked to them for a little while, and they didn't have enough to war, and I still had to wait. I was like, I'm not going to stick around for 7 hours. Some guy named Kakper, Kacper, with some numbers after it. Kakper was being a total douche. Like, hey, nobody cares about your podcast. And this guy's like, doing his stuff, like, why don't you stick around? I'm like, why don't you just do what I'm telling you? Move your shit this way. Because Race Car was asking all these questions, and I was trying to help him out. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm leaving. And Race Car says, that's cool. And I'm like, hey, listen to the podcast for your shout out. And I'll add a big old fuck you to Kakper. And he's like, whatever. And I leave. So Kakper, eat it. It gets better. Then I went on to Tropical Fire. They've been a clan for 4 days. They had 48 members.
Holy shit!
Right? I'm like, it was after seeing like 2 and 3 member clans.
Some global sluts.
They were in a war with no CC troops in any of their things.
Did they know that they had to film?
No, they didn't even know what it was. They were like, what? And I was like, yeah, why is there nothing in it? Was like 1 hour to war. I'm like, hey, fill that shit up. And Adam, who was their leader, was 14. And Steinboss was the leader, and he's 11. And Adam was 14, and he was bossing them around. They had a 30-member war, and it was their second, and they'd only been a clan for 4 days. I was amazed. But no CC troops. And I'm telling them, hey, next time, get your shit together, get some shit in there.
So how did you find out that they didn't know what a CC was?
Because I got in there, and there was an hour left of prep day, and I'm like talking to them, like, oh, this looks pretty good. You go, why is there no troops in your CCs? I was looking to see what they were putting in. There was nothing in there.
But what did they say?
Well, they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, go click on a base and see where it says donate. You need to put troops in there so they come. Oh, I thought it was just the regular. Because war has been around for a year, so they must be that new. But they're Town Hall 8s and stuff. They've been playing for a while. Just morons.
Well,
and nobody
did they know about the offensive one?
They didn't know that if you have to put troops in the war base so that they come out on defense. Okay. They didn't get it. They just
they were using the clan castle in like normal war. They're not like
they just thought that it would be like
they thought it was a pretty good.
They thought we just thought it would be you just request.
Okay,
and that's what is in there. They didn't understand. That.
Well, my first day was, I thought the first war they thought that whatever you put in the defensive castle is what you got when you went in. That was the first war, I think.
I think we could figure that one out pretty
well. I mean, one
away.
attack,
right?
So I'm like, where the hell's my CC? I thought you had to fill it up.
Well, I was like, put hogs in there because they'll jump over the walls. And I'm like, oh yeah, you don't even that. Yeah. Then they're like, oh no, you don't even have to worry about that. So when I left these guys, Adam, can I have your account? Can I have your account? Like what? Well, you've got lots of them, right? I'm
Never give your Game Center password to anyone.
And hey, I don't care if their name is Boneyard. Supercell employees will never ask you for your Game Center account, but Boneyard might. Okay, guys, have a good day. Listen for your shout out on the thing.
You should do a quick walk about stealing people's accounts.
Just like, we got to make an account called Supercell. Like that's it, Supercell management. Hey, listen, this is blah blah blah, and it's just a town hall and that's it. You know, like this is just our base. We're out here with max trophies, just a town hall.
God. I don't want to start again.
Yeah. Well, you said you had a bunch. I said I said I have. This is my second account. Not you. You may have inferred I had more than 2, but no, you can't have my account. Leave. Then I'm booting around. Hey, does anybody need any advice? You know, that was the thing. Because I was done warring with people, so I'm like, okay, this is just getting to be too much. So a clan called ZOE-Z, Zozy. the clan, there was only like 3 people in it, and the one guy I talked to was J.R. Point. There's Junior Point. He's 28 in Miami, so he was a dude, but he was stuck in this. I'm like, you listen to things like, oh, that sounds cool. I'll do that. And I'm like, okay. There's actually an actual adult. The description of this clan said it's blank blank because it starred, you know,
okay,
starred out. So it's we'll start out to say, but it said it's blank blank, so it's blank. ... Come to Little Haiti and die where you stand. Like, that's awesome. but you got all those blanks. So I was trying to figure out what it could be. It's blank blank, so it's blank. And I'm like, what is it? And I the only person who I talked to was J.R. Point, and I'm like, what does that stand for? What is that? Because it sounds fucking hilarious. And he's like, I don't know. I don't know these people. I've just been surfing around in Global too. I'm like, listen to the podcast. Come and join us later. And I booted out of there. Then I got into another clan with 3 members called Jack Septic Eye. All one word. And I got on there, I'm like, dude, why? And the only reason I accepted it was because of the clan name. There was 3 people in it from the Philippines. A girl, check it out, 2 girls and a dude, which is weird. Yash, and he was a kid from the Philippines.
It does seem like disproportionate to what you find other places. And
he said, and I'm like, why? What? Jacksepticeye? Where does that come from? And he's like, there's a YouTuber named that, so he stole the dude's name and made it his clan name. He's like, oh, he's a YouTuber. I like him, so I made it. I'm like, okay, leave. Then I went over to the White Hart Lane, level 4. I got they're a level 4 clan that invited me from Global. I'm like, what's this? And I'm like, how many got? And, whoa, I'm 48 on the list. I'm like, hey, y'all, what's happening? Boneyard! So somebody that saw Player 1 in Global knew me. It was the first time I ran into a fan in the stand in Global. It was our old friend Michael PK98. I didn't write down the rest of it. He was in the Zod El War.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and his second account was Ghost Rider. Who was in? He said he was like, "Oh, I was trolling you guys with my other account because I was Ghost Rider." And I'm like, "Whatever, dude. This is long ago. It didn't matter anyway."
Oh, yeah, I remember.
But he's like, "What up?" I saw your name. I'm like, "Oh, so you're over here?" He's like, "Yeah." It was like a 48, a big clan with.
He was like,
and they were level 4, so he was over there doing his thing.
He was a guy that never took CC troops.
Oh, maybe that's why he's not there anymore.
No, huh? I think he left.
So big up to Ghost Rider Michael. For shouting me out. And so we're chatting. And he's like, "Oh yeah, good. I love the show." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, man. Tell everybody about it." And then who shows up? I look at this name, Cacper. He says, "Hey, Player 1's a hopper. Kick him out." Like an hour earlier, I ran into him in some shitty little kid clan, and now he's in this clan somehow. And I don't know who invited him, but he was like, maybe?
Because afterwards, if they're still on the chat, you can see, it would say, like, you go to visit clan.
Probably because he was, I pissed him off, and then he was following around, so I was in there and tried to hop in. Well, this guy's a hopper, boot him out. And I was like, wow, that's hilarious. I ran into this asshole and some other, and Michael's laughing his head off, like,
oh my God.
Yeah, this dude, I know this guy. And he's like, oh, he's a hopper, you should boot him out right now. And like immediately that dude got booted. Like it was funny. It was,
he's a hopper.
And it wasn't me and it wasn't Michael. It was one of the other guys who was following along. He was like, boop, he's out. And so double fuck you to Cacper. And that was it. I'm like, okay, well, that ends my day of being out and about in Global. And I'll end it there, running into a fan in the stand, big up, and rerunning into that asshole. And that's what I told Michael. I was like, hey, listen to the next episode for your shout out. And unfortunately, somehow this fucking asshole gets 2. So big double fuck you to Cacper.
Oh my God.
And Player 1 is now homeless, and he's been wandering around kind of. I went over to SOAS when they were in their war where they got a perfect war. 120 stars. They had a 40-man war, and they had matched up with a clan that they have 4 Town Hall 10s, and the other clan had 10, but they were all super rushed. So it was just super wonky, and they ended up...
Well, that was one of the things I want to talk about.
They ended up cleaning it up, and I was there right at the end of that, and so big up to that, whatever. I hadn't seen a perfect war larger than, I think when Zod did it was 25.
Okay.
Maybe,
I don't think we've
maybe
had
30,
a perfect war.
but I think in 25. Way back when. We got it, and we were like, all right, moving on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
75 points. I don't think it was 90. I'm not sure. But, player one ended up homeless. And so he's going to be jumping in wherever he needs to be. Zod's pretty full, so we've been kicking out second accounts as we bring in new players and cleaning up the roster a little bit, moving some people around. Or thinking about it. Got a few new Town Hall 10s in that we're working into the mix. They're drawing a little higher matchup, so we're working on that. Everybody's was pretty burnt out, grinding after that. I mean, it was after that Zod Soaz war where we put it down, and everybody's was.
Because when you get a war like that, it's everybody's involved, and it was we were pretty drained,
and I think we went on to a loss, and then we then turned it around and have been winning since. And then, Soaz went on to 4 losses by 4. Well, 3 more losses after that, so 4 in a row. Of the 3 after us were 3. I think there were 3 Asian clans where they just got slaughtered, modding possibly. Actually, it's probable for a couple of them at least. And then went on to their perfect war. So that was a nice comeback for them. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, and
4 in a row after, or 3 in a row after Zod smashed it, it's got to be rough too.
Well, and I resurrected Xace for the XP, and I'm realizing that because player 1 must be pretty far along, but resurrecting Xace I'm like, where do I even start? Because I just hit Town Hall 8, and then I realized after one war that I also hadn't upgraded the CC after I did that, so. And I still didn't have the pumps and mines maxed. So starting to play again, I'm like, all right. So I was like, where do I start? What is Xace going to be, in war? And it can't do much on defense either right now because it's a TH8, but it doesn't have like the stronger archer towers. My king is up to level 4. I had to maximize storages. I had to
what?
Yeah.
How behind was Xace to not even have max storages?
Well, I didn't. I played played up to Town Hall 7, and I wasn't going to max the stuff. I jumped it, I think, to 8 to get the drill because I wanted to work on heroes.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe it was close to max, but now I have got level 2. I had level 2 healers, and I've been raiding with giants. 2 healers, barbs, and archers. And get this, my archers aren't even maxed yet. They're not even level 5. So it's like, where do I start? So I did the healers first. Yeah, I did the healers first because I was like,
healers? Why?
Because I was saving.
I think I was saving
healers,
elixir healers, maybe.
Well, I just go in and attack with the giant healer combo, and I can get away with less spells.
Oh, that sucks.
But I love it.
That's what you're raiding with?
Yeah, I love it.
You're raiding with spells?
Yeah.
In your level Town Hall 8?
Hell yeah.
What kind of halls are you getting? What trophy level yet?
I'm at, geez. Yeah, yesterday I got a huge thing of loot. Let's see here. I'm at 1495.
That's about right where I am, too.
I'm running into Town Hall 9s now a lot. Mm-hmm. And let's see here, like some of the attacks, like yesterday I took 383,000 elixir and 146 gold. And the attack before that was 442,000, 377,000 gold. And so there's been some really big attacks where I'm scoring the big stuff. And I just love watching those giants and on those healers because they just keep walking. They keep I take out the one air defense. I take out the air defense.
I just barch.
Or after I can get the giants in there.
Still only have level 1 minions. And
I have not done anything with our troops. I only have level 1 barracks. I don't even have anything else. Well, and I
haven't been using it.
I put the other barrack on the map finally. So I was just trying to keep my builders going, upgrading my pumps and mines, trying to get them to max. But I wasn't making enough money to just collecting and raiding a couple times to like get troop levels up.
I put my shit on boost for a little while. You know, my player 1 king is on level 9, and he's going to be going to level 10 pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah. So I get the double for the Town Hall 8. That's a big king for a Town Hall 8.
Yeah, and
I only have 2 drills. So
right. I wish I would have been collecting now, because it was piling up fast to get the king upgraded right away.
Yeah, think of how much you wasted just letting it sit.
Yeah, but it's fine if it's in House of L with me, because then I can, if I need to look at the chat for some reason or see if people need it, because I have it on my phone, and then on the iPad is my main account. So if they're in the same place, I can be in that one chat, but it's kind of fun. And I just made today, right before Boneyard got here, because I've got level 2 dragons. I'm not doing really good in wars over there because I have weak troops. It was probably all right for a 7. The troops, but
level 2 drags,
it's like
it's no good.
So I'm trying to make.
So what are you upgrading for troops?
I'm doing the healer right now.
You're doing the healer. Why not the dragon?
Well, I wasn't sure I was gonna do like another war. Like I was going to wait and upgrade before I put him back in war.
Sure,
because I was not going to. He's just not
kind of
ready.
A sinker, He's drawing defenses that he can't beat.
Exactly. And what I want to do with, geez, what was I saying?
I don't know.
And so what I want to do.
What you're talking about, Scotty. Really? I don't know.
And so the thing I want to do with it is try to make it an account that eats an attack or 2 attacks or 3 attacks. So I did. It was as you got here today. I was making "It's so stupid it might work" base, because last war they came in. I tried something like that. Just had everything spread out. I put the Boneyard style of. Walls.
The one big ring, and then the rest was tacoed in the middle, and you had just your stuff.
Well, no, it was spread out because I was like, I'm going to get hit with hogs, or I'm going to get hit with dragons. That's probably the only 2 things at my level that I'm going to get hit with.
Yeah.
So I'm planning on,
It's one of those bases. It was all spread out, and you had a couple little squares where you wanted people to think were Teslas. And
no, this was my last war base.
I'm talking about the last one with the squares, right?
No, that's the new one.
That's the new one. Okay, you got the squares in there, and they're in there, and you got everything spread out like that.
And so in the last war, they just came in with dragons, rolled over it. I switched it up to put it so the wizard towers are all together. Like there's a bunch of grouping of archer towers.
Clump your stuff and then put your cannons and mortars around the outside. It's a funny base, but it's the kind of base where you look at it and you're like, oh,
I can take it.
Yeah. Well,
and the town hall's off to the side.
For us, it would be like, oh, look at this base. This is probably doable. And then you're like, well, it's deceptive. And then somebody would figure out how to go in and do it like they got you.
Right. And, I put the town hall towards one side.
And it might take 2 because you're like, where are the traps and what are the traps? And
I'm hoping the other town hall 8s aren't that great of attackers. And so they don't see like some of the strategy. Like if the town hall's off to the side, like those anti-3-star bases, they're probably going to go in from this direction. And so what I'm banking on is that it's going to hit the drags all air. If it's a hog attack, I don't know if it's going to do so well. I put some spring traps in some strategic spots, and so we'll see. But it's kind of fun. I was just like, it's so stupid as I was making it. I think I was giggling when you came in. Oh, yeah, and I put the boxes to make it look like I probably put Teslas in there.
They're not there.
No, they're not there. They're just like, they're on the opposite side. So if they do send in hogs, that might trick them into sending them at a different direction. I should actually take a look at that to see if there was a Tesla in there and I was using hogs, where would I drop my hogs then?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Put some traps and put some other shit going on there.
Yeah.
Let's change the subject. How do you feel about this whole thing about reporting troll bases? We touched on it or we talked a lot about it in a previous episode. Like that's a thing now. Like we should be doing that as it's a arrow in your quiver.
Yeah.
If somebody's got a troll base out and you report them, and they get a ban for that war, then they don't get their attacks, right?
You just ate 6 stars.
And so we did that.
What did you do?
Several people have done this, and a lot of people are getting the you send it into Supercell, right?
Yeah.
And they get the reaction of kind of like, that sucks, but so what? You know, somebody the word was just a big fuck. And I think it was Deep Fried Oprah got the letter back, got an email back from them saying, and it was kind of long, and you could tell, and you're like, okay, you can kind of tell that this guy gets a lot of these. Like, that's his job, is to just look at these shitty dick pics, and you know, like the lady with the lady picture, and all these.
You'd be perfect at that job
Because it'd be like, hilarious. You take pictures of every one of them.
If I giggle, then that means that you get banned.
They get this, yeah, right. So, and he got something back, and it said something like. To the effect of, hey, it sucks that this is, it sucks that this is happening. We're pushing to make this family friendly, but in this, not every instance we can do something. And then in this instance, maybe you should just chalk it up to antics, puerile nature and stuff like this. Like the guy's using some big words because he's bored and he's sending this out, and we all got to laugh. Well, our last war. Let me just get over there real quick enough so I can get the info for you.
This could be a good one, I can tell.
Against Bickle Express 1, BICOL. They are the, I don't know why I'm shouting that. They're the first extension of Bickle Express Clan, and I think and then it goes on to, which I think is Filipino. I'm not sure what this language is. They're number 7, Borja, probably Borga. His big base, his big troll base said, "Suck me, bitch."
Oh my god!
And it was a Town Hall 9, and it had the whole thing is in flames because it's all Lego walls, and he's got all his stuff around the outside like an idiot. But his Town Hall is kind of in the middle. Level 2 Expos, everything's almost maxed. And then they're number 28.
This was you were against them.
Yeah, this was their We just do not do that anymore. Troll, even if they're not.
If Boneyard makes the mistake.
Yes. After that, even if they're kid friendly, we don't. Or I'm going to put this up so they scout it for something else, then change it. I'm like, no, just put the base up that should be up, so we can all look at it and we can all be sure that it's there. Number 28, Spartans with a Z.
If you're not a complete idiot.
So this guy Spartans. It's just a big fuck you right across there. And he's a Town Hall 8, and all of his shit is ringed around the outside. All right.
Such language.
I know, right? So I sent in, we should all report this. And so several people reported it, and this is the one that I put in.
So you just screenshotted it, sent it into.
Yeah.
Did you have to email it?
It's under the, you can do it right from the help and contact us. Okay. And it's a separate little thing, right? So it's still on here.
I should go look through bases and make sure that there's none.
Well, I started it. I posted a sentence. This is just ridiculous. There are children in my clan. And then I put the 2 pictures, and then I wrote this. Firstly, I want to share my appreciation for this wonderful game. Thank you, Supercell. However, it is regrettable that a few players would want to diminish the enjoyment of others by employing curse words and other such shenanigans. Perhaps disciplinary action could possibly encourage other miscreants to refrain from such puerile and juvenile behavior.
You wrote this?
Thank you for your time and consideration. Yeah. Perhaps disciplinary action could possibly encourage other miscreants to refrain from such.
So you posted the clan chat like a how inappropriate thing, and then took a picture of it?
No. I just took a screenshot of the
the email that you sent.
I'm looking at the email. I'm looking at the email. So I just.
But I thought you screenshotted it with you'd put in the clan chat how inappropriate, and then screenshotted it.
Just to sell it, and then a little note. And so neither one of those guys, when it came to War Day, those bases were still up. And I'm like, Pop, I bet you they didn't get to change them. And when the war was over, neither one of those guys did an attack. So I'm saying that I'm guessing that worked. And so fuck you, dudes. Don't put up troll bases. That ain't good because there's kids playing, man. And
Boneyard's like, just thankful nobody can go back and look at mine.
And somebody looked at the rules, and I guess in the rules of the game it says nobody under 13.
Really?
Like they don't want little kids playing it. Like that's part. Don't allow anybody under 13 in playing a game. So in that laundry list of fucking things you agree to when you download shit.
So I suppose really they can cater to an audience that's 13 and above.
Yeah, right. So when it says fuck,
cream truck,
that's okay. But when it says "fuck you," that's not okay. Because hey, it's just a swear word, but that's at me. Suck me, bitch. That's right out. And so you gotta have troll bases, and you see all kinds. I mean, everybody's put them up there. The little dick butt guy. That's super funny. I think it's hilarious. People, all kind of middle fingers and fuck yous and suckets and
I almost did that
before odds and things like this.
I wanted to do that before, just make like a crazy stupid base, like. Mm-hmm. But it was too much for me. I was like,
going back to when I was in L, I was like,
oh yeah,
I was
player one's in.
I'm in L, and it's almost.
This is like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
you came over for a war.
Yeah, and I've been in all these other wars. The player one's been all around since. So I came over, and I'm like, and people are like, oh, he's here to use the spy, and I'm like, hey man, I'm just going to war with y'all, and it was funny. And then as soon as prep day came around, I put up a base that I was speaking of giggling while you're making a base. Lady B was like, "What are you doing?" And I made a base, and the town hall was in the corner, and then there was an arrow pointing to a ring of walls, and it said traps and an arrow to the ring of walls, and all my traps were in there. And then right below that was an arrow going the other way to another ring, and that said Teslas, and they were that way. And I put those there. And then I just had all the shit at the bottom, and I put all the mortars and cannons in one corner, so all you need is one balloon. And the air defenses were all together, and then the wizards and the archer towers were spaced apart a little bit, or in two different clumps, so you could take them out and then wipe over the board. So I put that up, and then I left.
It just says...
I'm like, hey, check out my base, suckers, kneel before us. And then
and then player one has left the clan.
Right in the center of that base, it said a little Zod right there, and I was like, all right, suckers, I'm out. And of course, I came right back and changed it back. But yeah, I thought that was super funny.
I saw that and I was like, what that asshole.
I got a couple people. They were like, "Oh my god, you got us!" I really thought you might have done that.
And then I get a text like a few minutes later, "Hey, invite me back."
Hey.
and I honestly, in that moment, I thought, "What is he coming back to like?" Be like, see, I'm not going to change, or like give a shit.
I pressed leave and then immediately took my phone out and texted you. Hey, invite me back real quick. That's hilarious. And came right back and was like,
oh man, but I seriously thought. Oh, shit.
Yeah, traps this way. Teslas are right there. And then you can see all the rest of it. Zod.
It was the Zod. It was the Zod thing that got me. I was like, what? Oh, man. That's... I seriously was like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it. Yeah, but that was a good war and, like, good attack when you were...
It was a solid dragon attack on... it was doable. I'm glad that there was a base that I could hit it with dragons. I have not been doing good with those.
The dragons?
With Boneyard. Really have not been performing well. I'm easily the least qualified Town Hall 10 attacker in my clan. And I can say, I've never said I'm the best attacker. We have the best clan. It's because the House of Zod is inclusive, and it's because of my Zod casters that make it awesome.
So, yeah, because I was really, like, shocked that you were attacking at using dragons at TH10. Do you go up against TH10s on those?
Yeah. I mean, I can get
dragons?
Get in and get the town hall in 50%.
I just never see that.
It's got to be the right base, If it's a non 3-star base, if the town hall is anywhere near the side, I can get 2 stars with that.
Pig dogs and
pig dogs.
Oh yeah, because you had the pig dog, the dragons. I saw one of your attacks. It worked really good.
Pig dogs and dragons and some balloons.
You take one pig dog, didn't you?
One, yeah, usually just one.
Because you went in, you had the one. I thought that's never going to hold, and then the dragons went in, and then you sent your loons in from the outside, later on in the attack. But it smashed. I mean,
it's a good. Yeah, it's got to have the right. It's got to have the right town hall. It's failed more than it's worked. So I got to start thinking about doing. And
it's hard to practice with dragon attacks,
especially. And now that I need to start practicing some different loon shits and the four hounds and all that awesome shit. I've seen it work so well so many times that I got to figure out how to do it and do it well.
Well, why don't we wrap up here? Because I do want to talk about a couple of my glorious fails actually from this last war.
Yeah, that makes for good radio.
No, I was actually really happy. I was really happy about it. So,
yeah.
I mean, not really happy. Yeah. Like it could have went better, but I was not happy with it. Anyways, we'll get into that. But so, thank you guys for. We started the Amazon link on the website, and some of you guys have been going to the website.
Yes, let's talk about that real quick.
Clicking on the Amazon link, and then
if you buy stuff from Amazon, one more click of your mouse pad will make it. Will help out the website.
I'm going to go buy something from. I'm going to go search Amazon. Just go to the site.
Go to the site.
Anything you buy 24 hours after that, we get a percentage. You don't pay anything extra, so you donate by just making that quick little step.
You make Amazon pay for us.
Yeah. So please do that, and thank you to everybody that has done that so far. It's much appreciated. So,
word. All right, well, get a hold of us at WBSMT Radio, ClashClansPodcast.com, obviously. Come to the website. That's where it's happening.
Yeah.
Always give a call, 424-27-CLASH.
Descriptions there, too.
Give me a call, 424-27-CLASH. Yeah, we're working on a Zod website. Got a couple of people on it.
And you can check out the Twitch channel, WBSMT Radio.
There's some stuff there.
And so, there's some stuff. There's more coming. This Clan XP, now that it's going to be done,
we can take a collective sigh of relief and restart Sunday.
We can get on a good schedule with the Twitch.
We're going to be up to 1405 in Clan XP.
Let's get into that next time.
We need to get to 3100. You were just saying you just got there during the XP. We are about halfway to the next one. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. Just under halfway. So we're pretty psyched about that.
We're at 645.
Because once we get to Clan level 5, then we might go to back to 2 a week. I don't know. Because Clan level 5 is where it's at. That's the donation.
Well, let's get into the level 4 or level 5 because it's been different. I want to talk about that.
All right. Well, next time at WBSMT Radio, ClashClansPodcast.com. Keep it clashy, everybody.
Keep it clashy.
Booyaka, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, booyaka, 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 ka-ka-ka-ka-ka, booyaka, booyaka.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.